Alright, so we are continuing my countdown to Halloween. Now we are on the movie, the very first Halloween that I have seen on the big screen. And I gotta say, experiencing that made me terrified, even more terrified of Michael Myers. Um, so the plot of this movie is basically, it's been, 6 years since the events of Halloween 5, and everybody is presumed dead in the police station, like where the cops, Michael Myers, Jamie, they were all presumed dead in an explosion in the police station that we did not see in the movie. They just said that there was an explosion, but and Michael is back in Haddonfield, and he's going to continue what in his work. He's going to continue wreaking havoc on the poor old citizens of Haddonfield, and and while he is after Jamie's baby, who like in the opening scene, Jamie gives birth to her baby, and that's Michael's next target, and and I gotta say, and this is my introduction to Paul Rudd. It wasn't Clueless. Um, it wasn't 40-year-old virgin. 40-year-old virgin. It and it wasn't Ant-Man, but that was an awesome movie too. But it was this movie, and so it was pretty cool, and it's pretty weird looking back. Like, oh yeah, you were in this movie. Oh my gosh, he's come a long way. But anyway, um, I find this to be a much more acceptable sequel compared to Jason Goes to Hell, and even Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but that was still pretty decent. But I find this more acceptable because it's more original. No one's playing themselves in the movie. Michael's not jumping in and out of bodies. Michael's actually in this movie, and his kills are very brutal. I know I've said that in my Halloween 4 review, but they are very fucking brutal. It is ridiculous. And I mean, the only flaw that this movie has is that it doesn't really do a good job at explaining the curse of Michael Myers, or the thorn symbol that we're, like what does it mean? Why does Michael have a thorn tattoo on his wrist? Why is the man dressed in black and like in part 5 have a tattoo thorn symbol on his wrist? And like, what is their connection with each other? And you find out his identity. So spoiler warning. Turns out that he's the colleague of Dr. Loomis, and they've worked at Smith's Grove together. So I guess that's safe to say that he orchestrated Michael's escape in the first movie. But yeah, like with the whole thorn and the thorn cult thing, like it was poorly explained because they redid the entire movie after Donald Pleasance passed away. God rest his soul. Um, and there's a producer's cut that I will review in another video, and it's like the characters, like everything is better explained. It's more specified, and that has major flaws too. Even the father of Jamie's baby is also a plot hole, but I will explain that in my review for the producer's cut, and that is, in my opinion, is better left as as a plot hole. But I'll explain why in my producer's cut review. But I'm not a fan of the heavy metal music that they played in this movie, and like they did the heavy metal of the like of every theme that you are familiar with in Halloween, like the main theme and the theme where Michael's chasing somebody, and it's just like, why does it have to be heavy metal? Like, why? But yeah, it's still a pretty intense movie, so it gets 4 chairspins out of 5, just because it's fun to see Michael fuck shit up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid chair spins. So, and I'll say this though, like in the producer's cut, Michael doesn't really do much at all in that one. I mean, he is very sugar coated. So having Michael, just going ape shit crazy on everybody, it makes the movie more satisfying. In this movie, it shows that he is not, you cannot control him. He is out of control. He's just like, I mean, he's like a bull. He's like a bear. He's like, there's nothing taming him. Like but um, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, that makes the movie more grand, for me. Even though, like, it was a complete mess, like, as far as the plot goes, and you have all these trailers that obviously are marketing for the producer's cut, where they're saying like everything will be explained. What's more terrifying of how it began is how it will end, and it does have a terrifying ending, that producer's cut. But we'll talk about that in my separate video, like I keep saying. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review on this movie, make sure you thumb up the video. Make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.